Hey, what's up? It's Gareth, and filming this video today to just give you an update on where I'm at with the law of attraction work, which I started probably about 6 months ago. I created a group. It was called Design Your Life. Working really hard on putting a community together. I started putting some content in, and then I started to feel like I was getting a little bit lost in terms of how I wanted to take this, what felt like really important work, out to the world. So this dude standing here is Matt, and Matt met me the last time I was in Oaxaca. We work in the same office, co-working time space. And Matt and I went, we did a retreat up the mountain, and I showed him the work that I'd been doing around a concept that I'd started calling the Immaculate Factory. And Matt started to implement and install some of the stuff that I had been thinking about in his life, and pretty soon became a pretty strong advocate for the work that we were doing. And so we decided to put our two smallish brains together and come up with this program together. And essentially what we've done is we've now decided to commit a very big amount of time to getting this law of attraction work called the Immaculate Factory out into the world. And really what we've tried to do is come up with an introduction for people to be able to take what's essentially quite a difficult to understand law and what's not easily explained. And we want to try and explain that concept as simply as possible by using this analogy of the Immaculate Factory, and we'll get into more details at a later stage. But just to say, that's the name of the brand and the business that we're working on at the moment, and building a community of people that can install law of attraction into their lives. So that's really what we've decided to do, to come together. And what's the best way to leverage technology and what we're learning, and to find simple and easy ways to be able to get people to install this into their lives and to understand it. So that's really what we've been working on. We agreed that we were going to go through sort of an initial 48-hour phase where people could take some really small components. Matt gets into it a little bit more detail over there, but really a couple of things that they can do for free, install it in their lives, quite a simple way to set up your day to be able to understand law of attraction and just to see it working. Our objective was sort of to get someone to, if not believe in the law of attraction, at least go, maybe there's something here, like something happened. So that's really our objective in this 48-hour program. And it's basically leading into what we've deemed like our big launch, which is going to be January 2019, the first week in January. We want to have 100 what we're calling lifestyle creators, lifestyle designers that are coming together on a 30-day program to do a slightly deeper dive into the law of attraction. And so what we did is we basically set up this workspace in Matt's mom's place in Oaxaca. And Matt and I have been toiling away we're now into our third day and countless hours of work in putting this together, and we're live streaming. If you've been in our group already, you'll probably see some of that boring, just continual stream. Matt and I are actually showing you into our world as we put this project together, and we want you to be able to see this stuff and grow in the excitement with us as we work through these stages that I'm telling you about to our launch in January. So what I'm going to get Matt to start with is just talking about the whiteboards that we've been through. We're going to make our Trello board available, which is basically, if you haven't used Trello, is a web-based planning tool that we are spending a lot of time whiteboarding. You might be able to see some of these papers around us. We're thinking of brainstorming strategy, putting this whole program together, and we're showing you exactly how we do it. So we want to build a community from the beginning, and what Matt's going to go through is the actual whiteboards that we've created, and you'll be able to see these and go into more detail on the Trello board, which we'll share with you at a later stage. But for now, I'll let Matt just talk you through what we've called the Oaxaca phase and the free flow of ideas.
Hey y'all, I'm Matt. So whiteboarding, if you guys aren't familiar with it, it really jumped our game to the next level because it allows you to put an idea up on the wall that you can erase with one swipe of the finger, and that really brings a new type of creativity that really allowed us to really get to a new level of understanding with each other and get properly aligned on this project. And so to start it all off, we took a practice that both Gareth and I do on a daily basis, which is journaling around what we want to come into our lives. And so we did that for this project, and we've titled this phase the Oaxacan phase. And we went through different things of gratitude and the story that we wanted to tell about what this phase would be like.
Exactly.
Anything else on that?
Yeah, just that we also installed something into our personal lives, which is basically a card that is basically affirming exactly what it is that we want from this phase. Our goal here is very clear. We want to have at least 100 people in our community in the first week in January to install this at a deeper level into their lives. And we're going to show you how we're going to get there, but we basically created an item that goes onto our daily vision boards that says 100 excited lifestyle designers in our program in the first week of January. We know where we're going to be. We're going to be at a festival in Guatemala. And we've already pictured it. Like we know what's going to happen. We've placed that order, and you'll see it's a technique we teach at a later stage. But we've basically done that in this phase to decide exactly what we want to get out of it.
After that, we had a really great kind of free-flowing idea where we were just trying to get on the same page with various topics, and from that emerged the pathway. We started imagining the pathway that we want this community to take, that when an individual joins this community, what are the experiences that we want that person to have, and what are the kind of profound impacts we can make, and how we make them so that we can get that emotional, that feeling of emotion when you have a win using the law of attraction.
Cool.
And then we came up with this concept for the 24-hour program.
Yeah,
that would precede the 48-hour program that would precede a 30-day course, and so that was a pretty big step for us. That realization that that's how we were going to structure the step-by-step onboarding of new members to our community.
So we had already agreed on the 30 days, and what Matt's speaking about there is what we spoke about is the first 48 hours, and we said, let's create a free space for anybody that's interested in this stuff to go through some content where we teach the most impactful and the most simple things that someone can install in 48 hours in their life, because we've really got quite an extensive range. We're not short of ideas and teachings, but it's about making it as simple as possible for someone that doesn't understand it. So it was Matt's idea to come up with this trust building thing where we can install something for 48 hours and people set it up in their lives one morning, one evening, the following morning, the following evening, set up already. We found all of these practices that we've been using and everything that this is based around, and we took, I think it's 4 or 5 of them, and we installed them in the first 48 hours and try and create that impact that someone can see a win and be like, hey, there's something here. So that's what we covered at the end of the first day. This was a really long session. This was our first day. We broke it all up, but it was really long. And we went to bed that night, and the only thing we'd put on the little whiteboard was, Matt said before we went to bed, maybe there should be some sort of like a post-game hangout where they've been through this thing and we hang out afterwards. And I was like, that's perfect. So we called it graduation, and the following day we got in and we spent a bit of time analyzing what that graduation ceremony is like. And essentially what that is, it's a hangout on the internet, like a web class, something similar to like a webinar that you may have already seen before. Sort of video conferencing where anybody that's been through the 48-hour program jumps into what we call in graduation day, and we just hang out and we get feedback from how your installation went and what you felt was useful, and we'll give you a little bit more information. In fact, we've got a really key component that we're going to work into the graduation day. So we really want people to come into that space because we feel that graduation day really gets people part of the community, and other people that have been through the program with you can start to give their feedback and reflect. And it's at this stage that we start talking about what at the time was called the 30-day challenge. So at this stage we were saying when people hang out in the graduation, they are basically saying what's next, and that's when we're going to introduce to them the 30-day challenge, which is going to be launching in January. So that's where we got to. We scoped that on the next day. You can grab all of these Trello cards. You'll be able to see in more detail what we're talking about. But that was what we whiteboarded there. And this is right?
Yeah, but I have platform experience. What did we get there? We fleshed it out further than 48 hours.
Matt and I looked at what we wanted to accomplish in 48 hours and what would be the easiest way to get that to somebody in that 48 hours. And essentially what we agreed from platform point of view is we said all of the content that we delivered to people in this first 2-day session was these things that we install. We agreed the platforms were going to be Facebook. In this group, we're going to create an area where there's going to be learnings that people can go through. And we thought those learnings can be in this particular space. And then the whole idea is how do you communicate with people to let them know that there's content. You create an email series because we wanted this to be automatic so that it can grow and people can learn without us having to teach all of this stuff. So it needs to be quite hands-off here so we can get lots of people into the community. But Platform Experience was deciding that it's going to be a Facebook group to start and Facebook Messenger. We're going to communicate with people via Facebook Messenger.
And then once we established that architecture to move people physically through the program, we then had to dissect the storyline that's going to help them understand it at a greater level and get the complex concepts that we're trying to teach in as fast a period as possible. So we broke down a handful of storylines and analogies and just started that conversation. That's how we ended our day yesterday, wasn't it?
Lost. We were a little bit lost.
Yeah, a little lost.
We hadn't agreed what this community was going to be called. Today we decided that the word was going to be lifestyle designers. We felt that it felt modern. We feel that it is a word that shows that lifestyle is a pretty modern concept, and it doesn't happen to you by default. It happens to you by design. And so lifestyle designers is the name of our community that we've agreed on. Only today, when we left yesterday, we were upside down with it. We didn't know we were.
Think about it, like people who are doing lifestyle design.
Yes.
If you're consciously doing a lifestyle design, then you can proactively structure what you want. But if you're like a negligent lifestyle designer,
yes,
you get delivered.
There's no design part.
There's no design.
So lifestyle.
It's just lifestyle. But like you wake up and you don't have a structure for how your day starts, so the day comes to you.
Exactly.
Like that analogy works on the other side as well.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize that until now.
You heard it here first.
Hey, see the 4-hour versions of this to get more insights like that as it happens.
And then today we came in and we said, right, we now have a pretty clear picture of how this needs to look. We've agreed on platforms, but now what do we need to do to work backwards to make sure that we can install 100 people in January? And we spent a lot of time drawing out exactly the milestones that need to happen, exactly where people need to be at what stages, and exactly how we can get them through graduation and ready to go on the 1st of January. And we basically have agreed that we're going to have, I think it's 6 graduation days. There's 6 weeks that we're going to put people through that graduation ceremony and get them into the program that starts in January. Boom. And then, like we said now, the afternoon just before we turned on this live stream is we spent time just agreeing what our different levels of our community were going to be. We didn't have that clear, and it's quite important. So the first program we've decided to call a rookie lifestyle designer. So someone's getting the base knowledge, they're just sort of putting their toes in the water. That's going to be called the rookie. And after that is going to be the apprentice. So the apprentice level starts in January, and that's where we're going to have 100 of you guys joining us. We're going to start in Guatemala at the lake, but we're going to install some more scaffolding and take a deeper dive into this Immaculate Factory and lifestyle design program that we're putting together. So I think we've covered everything. We wanted to get you up to speed because the live stream that we're doing is more just a journal for ourselves, so we can see our thinking and what we went through. But we thought we would share that in the community so that you guys could give you feedback. You're going to hear us having conversations, you're going to hear us getting lost, you're going to hear us arguing, you're going to hear us coming up with ideas, and if you want to be part of that, it's happening all the time, but we're going to put these together. They'll be shorter than this because this is the first one. But in the future, we're just going to have in the last 4 days, we agreed these things, and this is the progress we've made, and we'll let you know how many people are in our community, and hopefully you'll join us on the journey, and we're looking forward to doing that.
Yeah, and a couple people have already jumped in on the live feed and given us some live feedback that we can use, and that's great. And so another big purpose of these summaries is so that people who can only jump in for 20 minutes here or whenever, a couple minutes there, can kind of see the path where we're going and hopefully align your ideas with ours so that the contributions we get, we can better incorporate and keep people involved.
So that's it. We've got one last request. Share this group if you're already in it. If you've got anybody that you think might be interested in lifestyle design and finding a simple way to take the fluffy and make it really tangible, because it really isn't as fluffy as it is. A lot of people and this is where our experience was, when we started to study law of attraction, we end up down a rabbit hole of vibrational alignment and vortexes and all these weird words that didn't make sense. But you'll hear our stories at a later stage. There's something there, and that's what got us to do this work. And so share this group, and below this video there's also going to be a link that you can click on, and it'll basically get you into the Facebook Messenger bot sequence, and we can communicate with you and let you know exactly how we're going. We didn't mention our 48-hour program, the rookie class, this is all new, the Rookie Lifestyle Design course, the 48-hour program. We want to have it ready by Sunday this week. But if we get our act together, it might be ready a little bit earlier. But if you're on that messenger list, if you click on the link below this, we can let you know as soon as we get Kelly. Bring Kelly in. Here's Kelly. If she's going to let you catch her, no chance. Click on the link below this video, get involved, and stay up to date with what we're doing. So share this group, share the link. Hey, Kelly, you good thing. Look at this amazing animal. Hey, what's up? Thank you so much for watching this. It won't be so long in the future, and we love your support, and we are so grateful that you're on this journey with us. I'm really grateful that Matt's in my space, and Matt's mom has given us this amazing space to work, who's recovering after a small operation. Big love to you, Carol. Happy days.
That's it.
See you soon.